Hey all, here we are again, working on the 67 Pro Touring Camaro. So we got the front end back on now after doing our serpentine drive and all the steering stuff and all that. Now there's things that need to be fitted in here. We have a lot of, we have 10 pounds of potatoes to stick in a 5-pound bag, so we're gonna have to figure that out. So let me show you what we're doing here. So I have the Corsa air cleaner on here. I want to use that. It's a beautiful piece. The air cleaner part itself doesn't quite clear right there, so I'm gonna end up having to make a new one of those reinforcing pieces. I don't expect that's gonna be difficult at all. A little bit of TIG welding, no problem. Radiator, I'm gonna angle the radiator like this. It's gonna be angled back. It's gonna clear everything. I gotta make sure I leave enough room back there for fans. I don't think that's a big problem, but it looks like it's all gonna work. I'm gonna do some angle pieces, and I'm gonna have to do something to block off this because I want the air to go through the radiator and not just come up and out. So there'll be some stuff to block all that off. Also, let's see what we got here. This is our Peterson oil tank, which is needed on a dry sump motor. So where's this thing gonna... I'll tell you where I want to mount it. I want to mount it back here, right? But it does not fit. I mean, it fits, but wheels will hit it in. So that will severely limit my turning circle. So nope, not gonna put it there. I think I'm just gonna have to bite the bullet and mount it somewhere in this neighborhood, somewhere here. I think that's what's gonna end up happening. Now, I've thought about making my own oil tank, but no, not gonna do it. So I'm gonna mount this tank. I've already bought it. It's expensive. I'm gonna mount this in there, in the front here somewhere. And if in the end, I don't have a good enough weight balance, like if weight balance of the car just lands up being a problem, I can make my own oil tank. I mean, I'm capable. It's just, when you've already spent the money. So there's that. That has to go in there somewhere. I'll put that away. And there's also this little overflow tank. This should be easy peasy, lemon squeezy right here, somewhere here. So that one's no problem. Yeah, so that is what I'm gonna be tackling in this video. Radiator support here so that my air cleaner fits, and oil tank and overflow tank. I think those are what's gonna... oil lines. I'm gonna have to run oil lines down to that neighborhood too, but I didn't order any fittings yet because I didn't know what angles I needed, if I needed straight or 45s or whatever. So anyways, yeah, boy, woo, it's looking good. Okay, so I put the 335s on and I cranked it full lock, and checking what room I have down here. It looks like that tank is gonna fit here like it was meant for it. I just need to trim a little bit right here, and then it's gonna be up close to here. It'll clear the tire. It should be fantastic. I'm gonna mount it as low as possible, lower center of gravity and all that. Yeah, I think it's gonna work great. Okay, there's my oil tank, and I'll need to make some aluminum spacers to put in here, but it's in there, it's solid, it's good, clears the tire at full lock, and those oil lines are pointing directly where they need to go on. You can just make them out down there. That's where they need to go. So, yep, step one of oil system, and I guess I gotta mount that other tank back there somewhere right now. So I've decided to mount this breather tank right here on the firewall. It means a straight shot from here, this fitting here, all the way to the top of the oil reservoir on the other side. And one of these goes to the breathers on the valve covers, and the other one, I don't know which is which. The other one is vacuum. Like, I imagine this one's the vacuum, and this one goes to the valve covers. Vacuum, like just by the throttle body. So that's where that one goes. So I'm gonna drill more holes in my carbon fibre panel there, but it's gotta be done, right?
My wife and I yesterday, we went to a local big car show. It's called World of Wheels. I don't know if any of you have ever been to World of Wheels. But I mean, I've been going to this thing since I was a kid. And I have never seen it as busy as what it was this time. It was crazy. Like, I said to my wife, I was like, well, clearly car culture is not dead. Because, you know, look at all the people that are here. It was pretty crazy. Which was great. It's great to see all the kids out too. I mean, I was just watching the news and okay, rant time. I'm not ranting, really. Yeah, I was watching the news and they were talking about the obesity rates in schools nowadays, which was really surprising to me. I mean, I was in school in the 80s. We had no fatties. No, actually we had two. We had two overweight people in the school, and the one we called Booga, don't even know what his real name was, because he was kind of overweight. And the other one we called Michelle, because her name was Michelle. Now, turns out Michelle was pregnant, so that explains why she was overweight, but that's all we had back then in my school. But nowadays, like the news is saying, it's like this, whatever crazy numbers, crazy percentage of kids overweight nowadays.
All right, there we are. There's the main oil tank. There's my overflow tank. What do y'all think of that? I think that's going to be great. So now I need to order my hoses and my fittings. So I can get those in there. And I guess next is going to be fitting that radiator and everything in there. Yep. Okay, so it is now a week later in my time, but it's only moments later in your time. But I got a package from Summit Racing, and what I have here is I have some 6AN hose. I got some 8AN and some big old 12AN hose. I also have my connectors. These are 12AN. Now, I was originally going to do push lock style of connectors on here because I've done push lock on my race car on everything, and it's always held. It says it's good to 300 PSI, but I read the fine print, and it says that if temperature is more than 140 degrees, you have to use hose clamps. I don't want to use any hose clamps on here, so here I am getting the a little more expensive style of, well, you've seen these before. These are all aluminum. So these are my hose ends for my dry sump oil system. These are dash 12 push on because these are just vents. Like this is the vent that goes from here on that tank to there on that tank. So those are push on, that's no problem. And these are dash 8 or 8AN. And these, what are these for? Oh yeah, this is for my fuel line. Yeah, that's right. I'm using 8AN. Some say it's too big, but I looked it up and they say if you're exceeding 600 horsepower, you should have bigger than 6AN. So I went to the 8AN. So that's all those. These are really awesome little connectors. I'll show you later how those work, but that is for my breather lines. So like as an example, that line right there, that's where that would go. And these lines here, this is 6AN or dash 6. These are for all of my breather lines. So I have a breather line there coming out of the valve cover. I have one on the other side coming out of the valve cover. So they need to come together. I have a T coming in that's not with the shipment. And that will all go into here. Yes, I think that's where it's going. So yeah, that's that stuff all just arrived. I'm pretty excited about getting all that. That makes me one step closer to getting this engine running. Oh, word of advice, boys. This is $500 worth of hose and ends. And if you purchase $500 worth of hoses and ends and you use PayPal, make sure that your wife hasn't set it up so she gets an alert every time you buy something on PayPal, because about 12 seconds after you click buy, you're going to hear your wife holler from the other room, what you just spend $500 on. This is just a random example. This isn't any specific at all. I'm just saying this, this could happen to you and you don't want this to happen. So pay with your credit card or make sure that those notifications aren't going to your wife. Okay?
Okay, now with this braided hose, this is, I think this is, yeah, this is Summit brand braided hose, and it's got a, I don't know, nylon braid on the outside, and it's also got metal braids on the, like you can see the little metal pieces inside there. Anyways, now there's different methods of cutting this. I'm gonna try at least 2 of the 3 methods. The one way is to wrap, this is just painter's tape. Wrap painter's tape around where you need it, and then use a zip saw through it. I'm gonna try that method, and I'm also gonna try a zip tie. Some people try a zip tie. I'll be cutting numerous hoses, so I figure I may as well try each of them and see which way works best. But first up, we're gonna try the painter's tape and see how that works. Okay, well that worked out pretty good. So let's see if we can assemble this fuel hose and we'll see how it goes. All right, so I guess the first step is to remove this part, this little part here. And it's got little threads inside. So we are going to put it there. And the threads are actually reversed. Those threads initially on the outside of there, they're reversed, so you can spin this in this way. Oh, look how nicely that works. Oh, that's so beautiful. And then this, I think I need to put a little bit of lube on this. So I'm gonna put some WD-40 on this. Better yet, silicone lube. I think that'll be better. Put a little bit of silicone lube on there. Oh, that worked out beautiful. Look at that. That is awesome. I just gotta do the same thing the other side, and that's one fuel hose made. I will definitely be putting some kind of heat shielding over top of this because it maybe runs a little too close to the headers, but for now, we'll just put it on there and see how it looks. Okay, we're gonna try the, We're gonna try the zip tie method on this one. Now this end here clearly wasn't cut with anything in mind about not keeping it from fraying or keeping it from fraying. So I'm just gonna do just the end. See how that works out. Okay, just a regular old zip tie. That did not work out great. Yeah, I'm gonna have to trim that with the scissors. Okay, that's one side. Okay, so my vent hose there's no pressure on it, so I got these push-on style. Now the hose that I got, I'm just gonna reuse the same hose that I used on the other fittings. Typically I get hose that's designed for push-on fittings. This hose doesn't specifically say that, but I'm gonna give it a try anyway. So now the way that I work with these is I put boiling water in my thermos here. You can see a little bit of steam coming out. And I put it inside there and I get it good and hot. And it should just slide on here. Oop. And voila, Bob's your uncle. It's done. Okay, I got done what I could do today, but was unable to finish. I need a couple of more fittings for my vacuum lines. I got a 90 degree. See, I got this 90 degree, but I don't think it doesn't really come out where I want it to, so I'm gonna get a different angle on that one. But the rest of the hoses are on. And, these hoses with that covering, it kind of looks like my carbon fiber
braces or my carbon fiber panel there. That's what this stuff kind of looks like. So you can see my hoses down there. I'm also going to get hose separators. You can use zip ties as hose separators, but I'm going to get proper separators down there. Well, that's it for this video. Thanks again for watching, and please like and subscribe, share with friends, and hopefully I was able to help you with your project, or maybe you were just entertained by this one. So either way, hope you like it, and we'll see you in the next one.